And for a recapitulation of this stream session, what's been new here? What's been done new? Well, in what category would I put it? Well, in this lesson, creating this well and the whole scene with the well, it's a biggest lesson altogether. It encompasses everything previously covered in tutorials, but it also introduces a concept like checking for the shape rendering when modeling. Well, introduced the modifier that is Simple Deform, and creating a full circle of this row of bricks. So each brick stone circle is actually a single object created in edit mode, and that simple deform modifier was added. And then this was kind of new for me, this detail that in the solid viewport shading, and in different shader types there are different options available. And for example, this solid, here is the few options available different than the other shaders, like for example matte cap. And what does it actually mean? What is the matte cap? Matte cap material and lighting. So it can actually help preview what the renderer will. Well, I preview the modeling, how well it looks under different lighting conditions. It doesn't apply the effect or a material to what you're doing, but you can select different for better efficiency while modeling. You can change what aspect of modeling are you working with, what do you want to achieve, maybe the reflections, the volume, object volume, different light conditions, light ranges. What else was new in this lesson up to this point? At least doing more exercises with previously learned. Well, exercise of using again bevel. There are a few tips in the video, like how to what's the difference when operating the scale in editor object mode. There is a difference. Okay, one important thing is the concept of the changing the pivot point, especially when bending this originally the stone circle is a single cube, and this orange point here is so-called pivot point, and usually it is in the center of the object instantiated, added object to the scene. So if I add a cube, the pivot point will be at its center, but these stones are actually, the whole circle is one single object, duplicating its faces. So it's a single object with its faces duplicated along and bent around, but to create a proper pivot circular, the pivot point was moved for this object, moved to using, where was it? Is it in the object mode? Object transform, set origin. Here it is. So this is important thing. Set origin to geometry, and that moved the pivot point, set it to the center, like geometrical center of the now structure, and that then adding a simple deform modifier, get the desired that's how the desired circular shape was achieved, because the pivot point will set the center of the modifier. So that's one interesting detail aspect that one needs to take into considerations during modeling. What next was new stuff? The well axis. Okay, origin, set origin to geometry. And here was the again dedicated section in part, organizing objects in collections, that I already use from way back, because everything is sitting in the same file, all the lessons I've done. But the point was here in the object mode in the viewport, pressing M brings up the menu for the collection in the viewport, but I'm in the local view. Since I'm in the local view, I was in local view, it gives me different options. So in the normal view, global view for the scene edit, here pops up the menu for the collection in the viewport editor. And there is another nice thing. It was the, I think, Shift B. That was the handy thing that I was looking for, how to zoom in closer to something in the scene that I cannot zoom closer in, like pan. Sometimes after some, I don't know, moving around, editing objects and moving around, the panning is like too gentle, and then Shift B brings up the select tool that zooms into the selected bit, and then it allows much more maneuverability with pan and zoom. So if I would go somewhere else in the scene, try to zoom onto something like, I don't know, I think there is a snowman here. So if I try to zoom to it, I can't anymore. I can't zoom to it. Panning also feels stuck. If I try to zoom, even with this can't, but if I would Shift B and select him, there it goes. So that's like something that I was looking for, because I couldn't get closer to sometimes on some elements in the scene. I'll need to move this well, and well, it will be a nice exercise, like arranging the whole scene, every lesson in some elaborate scene. At least put some, I don't know, something into it. Anything else here? No big deal. nothing. Well, everything is new. Good exercise is using like a K tool, knife tool, to cut the face on a mesh, like on a plane, to model the roof tiles. Here in this lesson, it's good to scan through the video to actually see, because it's quite a bit like abstract or plastic what's actually done when you see it visually, than what is laid out in the text suggested to do. It misses the dimensional aspect of reading just from the text. So peeking in the video gives you a hint what actually to do. And I'm not completely into all this today, so I went really slow and it felt grindy. It's a really in a sense detailed scene, but it takes quite a few bits. There are like modeling. This construction was not guided steps here. It was just a suggestion: do this on your own, and then skip going to the next section. So I wasn't enough creative. I just slapped together objects and without styling it. There might be one other thing somewhere along the text, introduction of something new, but I cannot point it right now. Anyway, great resource, as I always mention during all these series so far. Nice breakdown. It's way better than like to have it in a written form than the video. But what I want to actually point out, since I'm near the end of this manual tutorials, it's the last one. There's nothing left. There is no next. I'll also think and plan out how to, perhaps if I don't find more written tutorials to exercise and adopt the practices how to do texturing, if I'm left only to resort to videos, I'll find a way how to create efficient episodes from my content. I'll keep doing everything live, just like to have a record. But often all these modelings, doing modeling is actually kind of not efficient to look. It's a slow process, but it's not something you would watch, except maybe on the if you put a higher speed, playback speed on the video, then it's kind of that's good, like speed painting or something like that. Some type of that type of content. So it might be interesting with some music in background during live stream and doing the work as long as it takes. But at the moment, before going that way, I don't have any specific idea or vision what would I like to model. It's nice to have ready-made assets and play around compositing the scene. It's good also to dedicate time and create a original, personally owned and created asset to work, develop, apply, learn skills to it, on it. I have something in my mind, but I might start doing it, especially after previous episode where we were working on giraffe. modeling it by taking a image in the background, mapping the. This was interesting, fun. It took quite a while to finish it, but hey, there's a giraffe. It wasn't there the day before. So I think the biggest challenge is to find how to set up a learning on a single display, or I'll get another display to watch a video on, and I'll make, and how would I then create the standalone episode from that type of content. It's a little bit, my concern is what's their entertainment for you when it's live. And another thing I'm concerned about, like, hey, what am I doing when I'm watching the instruction in that segment? I hit play, do I share the video or just stay silent, mute? So I want to think through about that, how to get together. Okay, thanks for stopping by, for checking out the stream summary. Okay, so this will be a cut from the full stream in the standalone segment, the summary, day 13 for Blender, in Blender, and you'll have a link in the description to the article on the website containing first period the full stream, and then I'll break it as I edit it down in the episodes, and I'll also add probably some kind of chapters and a summary text breakdown of the content, and it will branch from that as I work it out when I catch up with the production, video and distribution, uploading, downloading, editing, cutting down. It will take at least a week, and then even a couple more weeks to create an article. Are we ready? Your host, who loves you the most? Even you. Signing out. See you soon. These are dailies, so almost every day. I'll have to probably put in a few days, have days off doing something else, because if I push daily streams every day, there are videos that are piling up, and it will expire and get deleted from, for example, Twitch, if I don't edit them on time. So that's the challenge. So, but if I skip a day or two, I can do something else. I can do a stream that I don't need to edit later, but it will give me time, less material to edit. And I still need to make sense of all video material created so far. It's efficient to build up a library on YouTube and other places where you can distribute videos, to expand operations online. Anyway, I said I'm done, so you know where you'll find me. Check out my website. I made an article with a link to my ACS, Access Protocol staking pool, shared rewards, and I'll be dropping a NFT collection over there, like and I'm having a real serious consideration launching also a wax collection that it will be in the beginning dedicated. I'll see how it will develop. I'll create different styles. On wax, I'll start dropping first, I think, low res pixel art style reproductions of my work so far. I'll probably keep, but not so frequently, dropping on uncut on the Polygon network for the existing collection. But I need to create content drops for stakers, supporters on the Access protocol. That's the best service so far that I've found, that got me onboarded, that I've joined. That's more like a direct, that can directly. We can directly interact through the smart contract. So I set up a NFT drops, and you got your staking. Depending on the staking amount, you get that level of reward. So, and it's facilitated and by the smart contract, while other places like Uncut, it's there's no financial benefit incentive over there. We can all use over there the free RTX credits that are daily rewards over there by logging in. But actually Wax, if I launch a Wax collection on the Uncut, it should be possible there. It used to be, I didn't double check if it's changed, so also I can set a price in Wax. That's good. If you check at least a short Arto MV Eddy, also now day 1, day 2 streams over the weekend, I've been exploring and doing the exercise I was exploring what would be the next style format for the next collection on Access protocol, and how can I do the reproductions in pixel art style, what color palettes, and how to get it, how to set up the process of transforming reproducing the existing body of work, because I'm still not creating completely new original stuff. I like to rework all material, and with enough of the modifications and new methods, renderings, blending, light effects applied, it turns out to be actually new creations. So I don't need to create new one when I can reuse old one and make them well, they are something to look at. There is something to see. Maybe not, it doesn't give so many variations in appearance like a scene composition. If I switch back to where it is originally, like for example these guys, well, actually there is quite a variation between, even in this first section. So this one is like a version 1, 2 in my recent series, and then same thing, just different framing, but the model is actually the same. It didn't change, but there are quite interesting variations that are worth checking out, working on them. I like doing them. I like the variety. So I think if I like it, if I find it interesting to look at, each piece is I don't know, a world of its own. Even if in general broader scope, they're it's the same thing. No, each one has another, I don't know, dimension of plasticity or lighting effects in it. And there is a thing when they're actually zoomed in. It just each detail reveals something new. When I look at it, I get surprised. So that's what I want to share, because there are, I don't know, unexpected results each time. And I say always, enough of being selfish, shy, like, oh, wow, who am I? I'm not an artist. And always do some experimentation and come out with some amazing results. Who am I? How can I be so selfish and not share if there are people like similar, I don't know, affections, thought processes that would like appreciate, oh, thanks for sharing. If I didn't see this, I would be, I don't know, I wouldn't know that these things exist or are possible. How did you do this? And so on and so on. Well, I guess you can even, well, here, what can I say? Can I get this larger? Can this be any larger? I mean, this is a scan of hand-drawn, hand-drawing. And it's actually, I don't know, 70% different from original, something completely new. And if I hit here play, we'll get into another version of same thing, just another step in the more elaborate blending process, blends and lighting effects, and so on. Well, thank you for checking out the video. See you